Imagine for a moment that your child met the partner of their dreams and they're bringing them to dinner. They're charming, smart, can take care of themselves, have a stable job or their own business, and most of all, unconditionally love your child. As a bonus, they also happen to be an avid outdoorsman, they like firearms, and are a libertarian. You all sit down for that holiday dinner and everything is as it is expected, except for one thing. They're not libertarian, they're liberal. This is the story of the CZ600, the gun that overpromised and underdelivered on one key selling point. So, do you love it anyway, or do you send it packing? Let's go. When CZ launched the CZ600 nearly 2 years ago, myself and my fellow rifle gun tubers were all excited about the prospect of the gun. This promised a great starting point for a precision rifle build and at the same time had all of the features for someone getting into the world, and it wouldn't hold them back. The gun promised a number of main features needed for a solid precision rifle. This would include a fairly ergonomic stock, a nice out-of-the-box trigger, and an accurate, heavy contoured barrel. The fact that the rifle came threaded for a muzzled device of your choice and had an adjustable trigger were a bonus. Many rifles promised those features, but what set the CZ apart was the promised user-swappable barrels. The 600 features a modular bolt and a barrel system similar to those used in higher-end Desert Tech rifles. The selling point was that you can purchase a replacement barrel from CZ and quickly swap caliber at the range, going from .308 to 6 Creedmoor, 6.5 Creedmoor, and so forth. This was unheard of at the price point, and for sure the primary reason to look at the gun. And despite the massive delays, many people, including myself, lined up and waited at our FFLs to pay full price for this gun. The disappointment came a few months later when I received a panicked phone call from my dealer telling me that CZ called them and they desperately need the rifle back. At some point after the launch, CZ figured out it was possible for the gun to go bang when the barrel was not properly fixed in place. Their solution was to fix the barrel in place and thus in essence eliminating the primary reason for picking up this gun. CZ promises that you can still swap calibers, however, you would need to send it into a factory or a service center. User swappable barrels, this is not. CZ already has a problem with marketing and put off a lot of loyal buyers by discontinuing every other centerfire action when they launched the 600. The recall certainly didn't help with that group or attracting new buyers. On every CZ rifle, they have a sticker, which I still have on here, and it says, there we go, CZ for those that know. As stated in prior videos, the person who came out with that slogan or that concept is either a world-class memer or CZ decided to poke fun of themselves, because that's precisely the problem. For those that know, and relatively speaking, no one knows of CZ or the 600. The peculiar part about this entire situation is that in reality the CZ600 is actually a damn good gun. The stock is ergonomic despite being a little flimsy and rubbing up against the forend here. The trigger is one of the best factory triggers you will find. The action is super smooth and I love the semi-control round feed action they have here. And most of all, the 600 just plain out shoots. I have yet to see a factory gun at under $2,000 that can consistently shoot half MOA or better. The biggest problem for CZ today is that the people that deeply cared about the gun are all still a bit insulted about the company neutering the barrel swap option. The people who generally wouldn't care about this, aka the majority of first-time precision rifle buyers or hunters, wouldn't look at the gun anyway and just pick up a Savage or a Ruger. Nearly 2 years since launching the gun, it's fair to say that this launch has thus far been a flop. The multiple month delays until the guns finally hit the shelves, and then the almost immediate recall. The majority of gun stores have never seen a 600, or perhaps they've never even heard of the gun, or they didn't know that CZ makes bolt-action rifles. And most certainly, this is why what was once an $800 rifle is now being sold by major online distributors for $500 or less before a $100 mail-in rebate. So between the price drops and the rebate, the CZ600 today is almost half the price of what it was at launch. And all of this leads to why I'm sending this gun back today. While CZ is most certainly mediocre at launching this gun, they at least were fair enough to know that many of the people who initially purchased this rifle for the barrel swap capability would be highly unhappy that their rifle would no longer be able to do so safely. This is why, as part of the recall, CZ gave gun owners a choice of either sending the gun in back to them to get the barrel permanently fixed in place, or if you are not happy with that solution, CZ would buy the gun back from you. So this is why as soon as we wrap up this recording this video, this rifle is going back to CZ. After nearly 2 years of disappointment with the otherwise terrific firearm, it's time to let go. And here's the kicker though. The problem was never the gun, but rather the expectations for the price point and what CZ marketed it as. Now that the dust has settled and time has passed, we can give this gun another look for what it is and not what it promised to be. And despite the silly caliber choices, on the surface, if we're comparing $400 to $500 rifles, this has everything it needs to win. And that is why, while this 6.5 PRC is going back to CZ in exchange for my money back, we will most certainly be adding a new 600 Alpha in a different caliber, and we will take another look. As always, I hope you found this video helpful and entertaining. If you're not familiar with the CZ600, do take a look at the multiple videos I have done on this gun and on this rifle linked above. These videos include a first look at the various caliber options, a video outlining the recall, and an in-depth review on this very rifle. Thank you for watching, keep on squatting, and I'll see you in the next video linked up here. Cool. Ta-da!